The following is a presentation of Bakersfield College Athletics.
Western State Athletic Conference basketball coming to you this evening from the Gil Bishop Sports Center in Bakersfield, California, where the Bakersfield College Renegades play host to the Barstow Vikings. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tom Myers, joined by my director, producer, cameraman extraordinaire, the Dr. Julian Wilson. And Julian, we got a good one this evening. Bakersfield College is off to a rough start in Coach Greg McCall's inaugural season, dropping the first 3 games before finally posting a game in the win column. Those losses were to Saracoso, Allen Hancock, and Reedley. The win was an 88-86 thriller over Lemoore this past week. And McCall, the former Cal State Bakersfield Roadrunners women's coach, a huge addition to Bakersfield College, came here to make a big impact on this program. The Barstow Vikings have gotten off to a great start, haven't gotten off to a great start either. So far this season, dropping their first 2 games in the Canyons tournament. Their first game was a double overtime thriller against Cuyamaca, where the Coyotes edged out the Vikings down the stretch to win 72-70. The other loss was to Oxnard, where the Condors went into the locker room with an 18-point halftime lead and then coasted down the stretch to win 78-61. Both teams looking to get some traction with a win this evening. And Julian, we don't have any experience with this BC squad yet, except to say, as we discussed earlier in pregame, 3 sophomores on the entire squad.
Right. Well, I think the best thing about all of this is that it's all brand new, and it's always great when you can get a new start when you got something like this going.
And that's pretty much what McCall's going to be working with, is that he got a very large group of freshmen to come on board here in his first season, and sometimes that's kind of a tough task when you're a brand new coach to a program, getting it turned over and trying to get something started.
Yeah, it's really, really tough. And that's one thing we need people to understand, you know. You're going to see some hiccups. You're going to see some other things. You might not like it. You might like it. But understand, it's always difficult to start at this level brand new.
Great to be back here again with you in the Gil Bishop Sports Center after taking a year off. The high school teams that I actually broadcast or PA announced for didn't cooperate. And as a result, we had to kind of take last season off, but I'm back for the entire season this year.
That's fantastic, and we're lucky, so I'm very glad that you're here.
So, folks, we're going to try to keep this thing as entertaining as possible. We've got a couple of great things that we're going to talk about tonight. Steve Lynch doing our statistics today live. If you want to go ahead and take a look at some of the statistics, you can go to GoGates.com. They have live statistics. We'll be working off of those live statistics all evening long. And the tip-off getting ready to go, 6'5", Kalen Cobb. And that's going to go the direction for the Renegades. Tip went out of bounds. Again, this Renegade squad on the court right now. Freshman Dante King, he'll inbound the ball. And number 3, Leviticus Latu, also a freshman. Renegades around the perimeter. 5 seconds on the shot. And that's going to expire. First possession in their home game. And tight defense by the Vikings as the Renegades turn the ball over. Renegades now in a full court press. Once again, the Vikings are 0-2 so far this season, while the Renegades are 1-3. That one misses the mark, and Ollie Fell with the rebound. Fell, a sophomore forward, is 6'6". And that's going to be off the Renegades and out of bounds. strong Bakersfield contingent on this Renegade squad this year. Number 21, Godwill Famoso. Famoso from Liberty. And that one tipped in, and he grabs it. And Ollie Fell with the first score of the game. And 18:54 left to go here in the first half. It's the Renegades 3, Vikings 0. Vikings find somebody inside, and Fell, he's going to draw the foul. And that's going to send Denard Hollingsworth Jr. to the line. And the first foul of the half against the Renegades. Denard Hollingsworth Jr., a 6'5" freshman out of St. Cloud High School. And he makes the first. The Vikings' only 2 appearances so far this season were down south at College of the Canyons in the Canyons tournament. Almost pulled out a win in double overtime, but ended up losing that one 72-70, and now it's 3-2, 18:40 to go in the first half. Renegades up by 1. Vikings in the press. And they're trying to get the ball underneath Ollie Fell, and that one's overshot. And here come the Vikings. Kalen Cobb down inside. He puts it up off the glass and scores. Renegades pushing the ball. And a nice floater there, and that one misses, and rebound by the Vikings, and here they come. And the foul's got to get called against Isaiah Perry. Perry, a 6-foot redshirt freshman from Garces High School here in Bakersfield. And he's going to draw his first. That's going to be the second team foul on the Renegades in the early going. And Fell with a stiff arm there, but that didn't get called. Renegades getting it set up on their offense and working the outside of the perimeter here. And a long downtown shot from Ollie Fell. Fell, one of the 3 sophomore leaders on this squad. He's out of Espanola, New Mexico High School. That one outside, a free shot for Demir Conliffe. That one's off the mark. And tight defense by the Vikings, stripped the ball away from Dante King. Renegades up 6-4 right now. 6:53 left to go in the first half. And he's going to draw the charge. Good position by Leviticus Latu. Actually, I think I got that backwards. It looked like he called it the other direction. I think that he pointed the wrong way, Julian.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
But that one's going to go against Latu, and he's going to draw that foul. Denard Hollingsworth draws that foul, and he gets to go to the line and shoot 2. Hollingsworth with 4 points so far. Yeah, correction on that. He's got 5 now. 5 of the 7. And driving the lane. Oh, and he's blocked. Hollingsworth on the block. Gustavo Chavez was trying to go to the hole. And now Kalen Cobb is going to take a seat. William O'Shields Jr. checks in. And from the outside, Gustavo Chavez off the mark. They're going to call a foul down under the basket now. And that's going to go against the Vikings, number 15, Devon Gomez. Gomez now with his first foul. Spot up jumper. That one's off the mark from Fell. And a nice dish underneath, but that one gets blocked. Godwill Famuso. Fell down underneath. Up off the glass, that one misses. And all he'd like to have that one back. He had a clear shot. Nice drop back, that one misses. And a tough rebound underneath. Renegades now out on the perimeter. Oh, and a nice move inside, but that one gets blocked and it was clean. And here come the Vikings. Javon Gomez, that one misses and a foul's gonna get called. He's gonna get called for the charge.
Yeah, let's make sure.
It looked like the same call as the last time, didn't it? But let's see if it's going the other way, and it is.
Okay. You know, Tom, both of these teams early in the season, they both really need a win right now. So this game is going to be high octane for two halves.
Desperate times call for desperate measures,
yes,
isn't that
yes.
correct? Yeah, that's kind of the way it's going. But Gomez already has his second foul here in the early going. We still got 15-21 to go in the first half, and he's sitting on the bench with 2 fouls now. Vikings with tight defense, making it tough to get the ball inside to the Renegades. Markel Brooks is down low, calling for it. Oh, and it's turned over. And that one's going to bounce off the outstretched hands of Gustavo Chavez for the Renegades and out of bounds. Vikings so far are 2 of 8 from the field, and that one's stolen. Here come the Renegades, high off the glass. That misses, and it's going to be off. And they're going to call it off the Vikings and out of bounds. It appeared to be off number 0, Isaiah Walker. $14:37 left to go here in the first half. Musso, and he throws one out of bounds. A little miscommunication there.
Yeah, I don't even know if that pass was there.
And a timeout is going to get called. You're watching Renegade basketball. We'll be back in just a minute. Renegades so far on the day 2 of 8 from the field. And the Vikings are 2 of 8 as well. Renegades so far have tried 2 3-point field goals, and they've scored 1. That's their 6 points. The difference so far is the Vikings will be able to get to the line, and they're 3 for 3. So it's 7-6 with the Vikings leaded. 14:29 left to go here in the first half. Gustavo Chavez got a hand on the ball there. That's going to advance it up just a little bit. Iverson Plaza, the point guard, for this Viking squad, working the ball around. And a drive and high off the glass. That one misses by Denard Hollingsworth. A quick spot-up jumper, and that one misses the mark. And a foul's going to get called underneath. And that's going to go against the Renegades. Correction. Once again, we got a couple of different numbers going here. Looks like it's against number 12, Kamari Stanfill. 21, I had it backwards. Number 21, William O. Shields Jr. Markel Brooks, and that's missed. Godwill Famuso tried to get a handle on it and lost it underneath the basket. And the Vikings will have the ball underneath. 14:03 left to go here in the first half. Renegades trail 7-6. Oh, and a nice dish underneath. Isaiah Walker was free. And now the lead is 3. Oh, that one's kicked off the foot of Isaiah Perry and picked up by Iverson Plaza, who goes to the hoop. Markel Brooks tried to pick it up underneath. Thought he was further out of bounds than he was. Ended up stepping on the line after he spiked the ball down. So the Vikings are in an inbound now. Renegades trying not to let number 0, Azale Walker, get free underneath on that last play. That one's going to be tipped off of the Renegades. Oh, they're going to say it's off Demir Conliff, and the Renegades are now going to have the ball. And now checking in for BC, number 11, Lendell Henderson. Henderson, another sophomore on this squad of the 3, out of Bakersfield Christian High School. His first appearance in the game today. Once again, only 3 sophomores on this BC squad. And we'll talk about that all night long. But that's pretty much what we're looking at for this season. A lot of freshman talent here out of the local Bakersfield area. And that was from way downtown, and he's going to get hit. That's going to draw the foul. Gustavo Chavez.
That never happened, does it?
It happens on occasion. You should not be that close to a guy out there on the perimeter. And now he's going to get 3 shots at the line.
Yeah, and especially as far as he was out. In fact, when he took the shot, my eyes opened.
That was an NBA 3.
Yes.
So now Chavez with a chance to tie it up, and he misses the first. And he's going to make the second, and now checking in for the Vikings, number 23, Denard Hollingsworth. And he's going to make 2 out of 3 and cut the lead to 1 now. Now it's 9-8 with 13:01 left to go here in the first half. Renegades trailing. Oh, ball stripped away by the Renegades. And Markel Brooks lost the handle on it, ended up hitting it up underneath the backboard, and that was considered out of bounds, and he turns the ball over to the Vikings. Vikings reset out to the top of the key. Demir Conliff driving. He's looking to get the ball down underneath. Hollingsworth, shot clock at 7. Oh, and it hits the rim right at the last second, but it's off the mark and rebounded by Lendell Henderson. Henderson out of the top, he's going to take the shot, and it's good! Oh, and a nice drop in. That was Demir Conliff. Nice floater right over the top. Once again outside. Henderson, that's off the mark. Game tied up at 11 now with 11:37 to go in the first half. Hollingsworth driving the lane down along the baseline. He's going to draw the foul. And that's going to get called on Markel Brooks, and it's going to be his first. Hollingsworth with 5 points so far. He's 1 for 3 from the line. And he's going to make the second one. And he's going to have a seat while Azale Walker comes back in the game. Walker's a 6'6" freshman out of Hunters Lane High School. Oh, and a turnover by the Renegades. And a block's going to get called, and the shot is going to count. Philip Grant Jr. went to drive the lane. And at the same time, Gustavo Chavez was trying to draw the foul, thought he had position, ends up drawing the block instead, and the shot counts, and he'll have a chance for a three-point play here. That one's off the mark, and here come the Renegades. Renegades just trying to get some offense on a regular basis going here. Not a lot of success last couple times down, and a lot of turnovers so far. Ollie Fell, one of the all-stars on this squad, not able to get that bucket to fall. And Fell's going to draw the foul now. Philip Grant Jr. going to the line once again. And that's Fell's second foul so far in the early going here. 10:40 left to go in this first half. Renegades trailing 14-11. And Grant gets the first one to fall. And he gets the second one to fall. And now the lead extends to 5, 11-16 as the Renegades trail halfway through the first half. Bell takes a seat for the Renegades. And almost another turnover by Chavez. Iverson Plaza on the floor, trying to strip that ball away. Wendell Henderson's now going to inbound the ball. Renegades looking for something down inside. Chavez with a long-range three, and that one's off the mark. And once again, Philip Grant draws the foul. And that's going to go against number 12, Markel Brooks. Grant now at the line, shooting two. And he makes the first one. Now checking in for the Renegades for his time today. Number 4, Carter Wadea out of Frontier High School. And Wadea gets the rebound off that missed foul shot. Vikings lead the Renegades 17-11 with 9:42 left to go here in the first half. Renegades working around the perimeter. Wadea trying to get a hold of it down low, and he's going to turn it over, and it's going to be off the hands of Iverson Plaza, who drops it out of bounds, and the Renegades are going to maintain possession. 6 seconds left to go on the shot clock, though, so they're going to have to make work of this one really quickly. A nice crowd out here for the game tonight for Renegades' first home game of the season. We've heard tell, Julian, of the Gil Bishop Sports Center in its limited days that we may have left here before we take over the new digs at the new gymnasium.
And that is going to be a wonderful, pleasant experience for all of us.
Looking forward to a new facility, absolutely. That one was off the hands, it looks like, of Godwill Famuso. And Lendl Henderson just didn't want to pick it up. He thought it was off of the Vikings, and it ended up going out of bounds, and the turnover gives the ball to the Vikings. 9:21 left to go here in the first half. Renegades trailing by 6. And the Vikings still drawing the foul. Once again, that's going to go against Gustavo Chavez. And the Renegades so far don't have anyone really in any foul trouble. Markel Brooks and Ollie Fell have 2. And everybody else has 1. And Brian Shannon gets that first one to fall. Chavez is going to take a seat now. Shannon gets both of those to fall. And fresh legs for the Vikings as they keep subbing players in. A lot of players to draw from. You know, a similar experience on this other squad is that the Vikings also have only 3 sophomores on their squad. The rest of their players are freshmen. Lendl Henderson lost the handle on that one. And Wadea, that one's off the mark. Vikings working it around the perimeter and trying to get it down low to Donald Hollingsworth, and it's off his hands and out of bounds, and they'll turn the ball over. Turnovers in the game so far. The Vikings winning that battle. It's 4-9. 4 turnovers for the Vikings and 9 for the Renegades. And the foul is going to go against Barstow, Denard Hollingsworth Jr. And a timeout is going to get called by the Vikings. We'll be back with more BC Renegade basketball action right after this. Julian just pointed something out to me. The difference in the game right now, the Barstow 9 of 12 from the free throw line so far. And we're trailing by 8, so that can't help us. We've only been to the free throw line twice, and we're 3 for 4. That foul's going to come in from behind, and it looks like it's going to go against number 3. Carter Wadea thought maybe for a second it was on him. It's going to go against Leviticus Latu. And again, Julian, the woes of going to the foul line continue for the Renegades, just giving away points.
Right, and you know, if it was going both ways, it wouldn't be a problem, but it seems pretty one-sided from our standpoint.
Yeah, so far, Barstow making good work out of getting to the free throw line and drawing those fouls from the Renegades. A rare miss so far, and now they're 9 of 13. And he gets that one to fall as William O'Shields Jr. checks back into the game for the Vikings. Renegades trying to get up the court quickly. That defense of the Vikings right now is doing really well and forcing them into tough shots and draining that shot clock. And right there down low, God Wilfamuso kind of lowered his shoulder and created a little space.
You know, and he has to take that shot. You have to take it.
Renegades trailing by 9 right now. 7:47 left to go here in the first half. Carter Wadea up on the press. And that's missed. And it's out of bounds as it bounces off of, I believe, it was William O'Shields, number 21. And out of bounds, so the Renegades are going to have the ball. 7:36 left to go. And Julian, we watched Greg McCall. He had on a pullover for a second there.
Right.
It was a little chilly in the gym, and then after a few minutes, he stripped that thing clean off.
He got hot.
And now he is running up and down the sideline, barking at his team. And a foul is drawn by Lendell Henderson. He's going to go to the line. And that's going to get called on Denard Hollingsworth. Denard Hollingsworth's at the foul line. Let's see. Number of fouls called on him so far. That's going to be his second foul. Hey fans, a big thank you to Steve Lynch. You know, we follow along with stats during the game, so that way we can kind of report those to you for everybody who's listening or watching the game. We're getting live stats, and we get that off of GoGades.com, but a big thanks to Steve Lynch, who keeps everything going throughout this game. He and his son Stevie do a fantastic job of keeping us up to date as to what's going on in the game with every statistic you can imagine. So once again, a big thanks to the Lynches for their support of BC basketball and being here tonight. Vikings trying to work it around the outside while they drive, and a travel is going to get called on Philip Grant Jr. Iverson Plaza now checking back into the game. The point guard for this Viking squad. He's a scrappy player. A couple of turnovers already. And a nice drive down and a quick jumper by Leviticus Latu. And now the Renegades pull to within 3. They had the score actually at 22-13, and then they updated it, and it's now 2017. Not sure how that change happened, Julian.
Yeah, me neither.
And a nice floater by Philip Grant Jr. as he gets that one to fall. And now the lead is 5. Renegades have been cutting into it slowly. Oh, and a nice floater there once again by Leviticus Latu. 6:07 to go here in the first half. And Renegades really in the full court press right now. And a nice drive. And a sweet lay-in by number 12, Kamari Stanfield, his first score of the game. And a travel is going to get called against the Renegades. God Wilfamuso. They're going to turn it over. 24-19 right now as the Vikings lead. 5:49 to go in the first half. Vikings working it down low, and it gets blocked. And a bad pass, and a quick turnover by the Renegades with a lost opportunity. And a big rebound by the Vikings off the glass there. And number 23, Denard Hollingsworth. Oh, no, once again, another steal by Iverson Plaza. And down there all by himself is Lendell Henderson, and got 2 blocks and probably saved the score. Ollie Fell now checking back in for the Renegades. And he's been sitting out for about 6-7 minutes now. So getting a little bit rest and fresh legs, but he does have 2 fouls. And from the corner, that's a miss, and it's going to be off the hands of Philip Grant Jr. and out of bounds. Renegades trailing 26-19 with 4:39 to go. Musso driving, loses a handle on the ball, and it's turned over. Vikings get the ball, then they turn it over. And Leviticus Latu, and he gets blocked. The big block by Azael Walker.
Wow.
Azael Walker's 6'6", and Latu is 6 foot tall, so he's definitely got the big reach advantage by Walker. Renegades trying to look for something outside. You know, and it was a nice rebound there by Famuso, trying to get it into foul, but he threw it at him and bounced it off of him and turned over the ball.
Right, it was a good idea. It was a really good idea. He wasn't ready for it.
Renegades have not been able to get into a rhythm so far in this game. That one's way off the mark, just gets air. And here comes Fell. And the nice lay-in. Oh, and he's going to draw the foul too. And I'm not even sure how they call that. Iverson Plaza just fell on the floor.
Right.
But he kind of got in the way. I'm not really if they're calling it inside the crease. They're saying that he fell inside the crease. And that draws the foul.
Yeah, I guess
so Ollie Fell now with a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, I guess that's one of those where you had to be down there on the floor. Because, yeah, I didn't see that either.
And an entire line change for this Vikings squad. And I'm assuming that they're calling this a technical foul. He's getting one shot as a technical foul because of a flop. That's what they're calling it. I didn't know that was a call in college basketball. Apparently it is. And he's going to make the shot. And that's going to bring the Renegades within 4 now. 3:19 to go here in the first half. Renegades have not led since they led 3-0 in the early part of the first half. They have trailed the entire time to this Viking squad. Nice dish down underneath, and a good block there by Famuso. And he's going to draw the foul, and that's going to go against Ollie Fell, and it's going to be his third foul. I stand corrected. Yeah, they have. It's his third foul. They were a little late in getting up on the board there. And that is definitely something Greg McCall did not want to see here at the first half. One of his star players on the court now is going to have to take a seat, and it's going to be tough going through the second half with 3 fouls already against you. Denard Hollingsworth now at the line. Hollingsworth so far on the game is 2 for 7 on the day. And once again, the Renegades kind of sloppy underneath the hoop, not able to get that one to go.
And they got their coach off the bench on that one.
And give it up for the Vikings. They're not letting anything by. Everything is met with resistance in this game so far. And we had this conversation already about desperation on two teams that desperately need a win.
Right.
And Famuso almost lost a handle on that. Oh, and a big shot from the outside by Dante King with the three-pointer, and it pulls the Renegades within 2. We're almost at the 2-minute mark. A nice dish. Oh, and a steal at the other end almost. Nice disruption by Brian Shannon Jr., number 3. Right down there under the basket. Got a hand in and knocked the ball out of bounds. And kept a Renegade from scoring on the play. And Dante King would like to have that one back. He was almost all the way to the hoop. He's going to drive to his left, and he's going to get cut off and dishes it back outside to Chavez, who drains the 3. Gustavo Chavez, and now the Renegades are up by 1. What a turn of events here in the first half.
And it wasn't because Barstow is slacking anywhere. They're playing just as hard as they've been playing since the beginning of the game.
Well, Renegades have 6 points in the last 2 trips down the field. Well, down the court, we're not on a football field right now, Julian. See how much football we've been doing this year? And a turnover by the Vikings, and I'm telling you, this is a big surprise right now. Renegades trail by as much as 9 points so far in this first half, and they've come all the way back now to lead by 1 with just over a minute and 15 seconds. Markel Brooks had position down low. Oh, and it just is off the mark from Henderson. Tight defense by the Renegades right now. Oh, and a big block there by Dante King. And the Renegades are playing like possessed men suddenly.
Right, and I like the refs at this juncture of the game. They're kind of letting them play. We're winding down the first half. They're not stopping the clock. They're letting them play.
Renegades with renewed life here at the end of this first half, looking like a completely different team. Disrupting passing lanes, and he's saying that was off the hand of Shannon, and it's going to be Renegade ball. They're going to talk it over. We may have a change here. Nope, they're going to call it back the other way. So they're going to say that it did not touch Shannon. So the Renegades are not going to have possession here with 47 seconds to go. And they're going to reset the shot clock too, because it had 30 seconds on it, and they're going to put it down to 10. And Carter Wadea coming back in for the Renegades. Wadea out on the perimeter, almost had a swipe at the ball. And the shot clock's going to expire. I don't think the Vikings knew that they had 10 seconds, even though the official had come over just 10 seconds before and said set the shot clock at 10.
And I saw the player look up at the clock, and he looked up at the time on the clock in the game. And I think
incredible press by the Renegades in forcing that shot clock to expire. So 36.8 seconds left on the clock as the Renegades will have possession. It's a 30-second shot clock. Chavez trying to drive, And he's going to draw the foul on number 2, Demir Conliff. That's going to put him at the line. The 7th foul. And he's going to get 2 shots as they lead 28-27. Just under 30 seconds to go here in this first half. Oh, we said I beg to differ, and I stand corrected. It was 1 and 1. He put 2 fingers up. It looked like he was calling 2 shots, but it was actually 1 and 1.
This is our first game.
Irrelevant now. I know we're trying to get warmed up here a little bit, aren't we, Julian and I haven't got to do basketball for about 2 years now. This is the first time I'm back, so. Shot clock. 1 second difference between the shot and the game clock. Actually, I stand correct. They just took the shot clock off, so. That one misses off the glass, and here come the Renegades. And that one just, and a nice pickup. And they're going to call that a foul on the Renegades against number 21, Godwill Famuso. And it appeared to me that he had just his hand on the ball.
Right.
With the Viking player not letting go, and the Viking player got knocked down. And Famuso doesn't agree with the call, but, that's kind of what happens. You could not agree with the call all day long, but that's not going to change the outcome.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wearing red tonight agreed with that call.
William O'Shields now for the Renegades. Correction, for the Vikings is at the line. His first free throw attempts today. And he misses the first one. And he makes the second. And the Vikings are bringing Iverson Plaza and Kamari Stanfield back in the game for this last possession. I don't know what the Renegades are really going to do. 3 seconds to go. And that gets blocked by Demir Conliff, and we're at the end of the first half. The score, the Bakersfield College Renegades 30, the Barstow Vikings 28. Hey everybody, welcome back on the broadcast. Tom Myers once again, and we got a special treat for us today up here in the box. Dr. Jerry Fliger, our president for Bakersfield College. Great to have you here.
Oh, great to be here. Thank you so much.
And what an enjoyment this thing has been to watch, our president from our college actually come to a sporting event. I haven't had that experience yet so far in the years I've been doing this.
No, we're Renegades, right? And so I'm a fan of Renegades. Wherever Renegades are, that's where I'm at.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad to have it. So you and I have had a couple of conversations before this one. We talked about the fantastic football program and the stuff that we're doing with that this year, the facilities and some stuff that we're doing there. Let's talk about the football program first. Give me your thoughts on that.
Sure. Football program, this year's been an exciting year, and we'd be playing in a playoff game for certain. We got a few breaks going a different way, but coaches got them where they're at. The staff is fantastic. We got some real stars this year, and looking forward to an even bigger season next year. But this one's not over yet. So we've got our last game this Saturday at 4 o'clock. So that'll be our last chance to make a good impression.
That's right. And there'll be, a certain gentleman there that'll be announcing that game. This guy, the guy with 2 thumbs. I'm always looking forward to that. That's been fantastic. We talked about our new facilities that we got coming. Tell me a little bit about that. Some exciting news.
In January, we'll be doing the ribbon cutting for our new athletic complex. So these basketball games will be taking place in our brand new facility not next month, but in January. So we're really excited about that. It's a top-notch facility. All of our winter sports will be taking place there. Just excited beyond belief. We've got a lot of people put a lot of effort into making it happen. And again, we'll get more details on the ribbon cutting, but that'll be coming in the early part of January. Yeah,
the other thing we talked about is kind of buying all in. Right. And the thing I just mentioned, in order to be big, you got to think big. And you're kind of pulling the college that direction, aren't you?
I don't know if I'm pulling. This is a great place. Yeah. This is a great place. Bakersfield is a fantastic community. This is the community's college. And to be honest with you, as soon as I got here, I'm reflecting the expectations of the community. The community expects things to be done excellently at Bakersfield College. It's my job to deliver that. And so I get the pleasure, I get the blessing of leading this college during this time right now. But most of what I do, honestly, is getting out of the way so people can do their jobs and give them what they need to do that.
Okay, well, Dr. Jerry Fliger, everybody, great to have you here on the broadcast. Thank you for coming up and joining with us. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
Thank you.
Hey fans, November 12th through 17th is College Sports Communicators Membership Appreciation Week. Join us in celebrating the efforts of more than 4,000 athletics, communications, and creative professionals at colleges and universities throughout the United States and Canada. These valued members of schools, athletics departments coordinate public and media relations, websites, social media, graphic design, video, statistics, strategic communications, and much, much more. For more information, check out collegesportscommunicators.com/celebratecsc. And we're back for the second half. And what a pleasure to have Dr. Jerry Fliger on to broadcast with us here today. Definitely a visionary that is helping our programs to really soar to new heights here at Bakersfield College. And as he mentioned, that new gym is going to be opening up and should be good to go in January. And a nice drive, nobody guarding him. Lendell Henderson, the length of the floor. And the Renegades continue from that successful first half, and now they lead 32-28.
And Tom, what do you think our illustrious coach told them at halftime?
I think that he said, I need more of what you guys did in the last 2 minutes of that first half.
Exactly.
And either they found what works or somebody got motivated, and there's going to be a foul. You could tell that down below, and that's going to go. It looked like he was saying 13, but I think he did say 13.
Yeah.
Away from the ball, Kalen Cobb. Cobb's going to get called with his first foul. Oh, and a long-range shot. Lendell Henderson, 5 points right out of the gate. A nice long-range three, and some confidence building on this Renegade squad as they're now up 7,
yes,
their biggest lead of the game.
Yes, they've come out after halftime. They look like a completely different team.
And that's going to be a kick ball, and we'll get a reset shot clock. God Wilfamuso trying to stop that dish down low. Renegades in the first half were 10 of 26. And the Vikings were 8 of 30. And the Renegades still putting on the pressure. And now they go up by 9, 37-28. And only less than a minute and a half to go.
And Tom,
since halftime.
Did you see that Euro step? That was a wow.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Oh, and a nice dish underneath. A good feed by Hollingsworth. And he hit Demir Conliff down low. And a good rebound. God Wilfamuso and the Renegades playing like a team possessed all of a sudden.
Again, they came out after this halftime. They're a completely different team.
39-30, 17:40 to go. And again, Famuso with the foot out. $17:37 to go in the second half. Renegades with a renewed sense of urgency and putting the pressure on. And down low, nobody picked him up. Lendell Henderson completely missed Demir Conliff coming around the backside. That's been a problem for the Renegades today.
Right.
Is that back door. And the long range, that one's going to be off the mark. And rebounded by Kalen Cobb. Cobb's going to bring the ball up the court. Once again, that pressure being applied by the Renegades. Oh, and a nice steal by Ollie Fell, and he's going to dish that one in, and it's going to be a three-point play. Fell will get to go to the line after he draws the foul and makes the bucket. And they're going to call that on Brian Shannon, Jr.
You know, and Tom, and just like that, we have a 9-point lead by the Renegades.
And a chance to go up by 10 here as Fell is at the line. And Fell's going to miss that one. Ollie 4 for 7 on the day so far. And he's 0 for 1 from the line. And a nice dish there. Kalen Cobb with the sweet shot from the foul line there. Famuso was in coverage on that one, but he just didn't manage to get his hand up to deny the shot. Fell now from the perimeter. Off the mark. Vikings working on the perimeter, trying to drive inside and dish back out. And Iverson Plaza is going to now reset it. 10 seconds on the shot, and once again, backdoor. That one failed as the Renegades seem to drop back along the line for coverage. Renegades all working the perimeter, nobody inside. And a nice spot-up jumper, that one misses. Latu 2 of 5 so far on the day. Oh, and in the face of pressure, Brian Shannon Jr. scored right over the top of Lendell Henderson. Fans, once again, be sure to join us on Saturday at 4 p.m. as the Renegades take on the Santa Barbara City College Vaqueros. It's Veterans Night, so be sure to come on out and celebrate our veterans. Looking to pack the stands. We'd love to get a huge crowd out to the Renegades. If you haven't been to a Renegade football game so far this season, you're missing out. That team has lost 4 games this season, but surprisingly, those 4 games were only by a total of 9 points, Julian Wilson.
Right, I know it. It's
so close.
And it's so agonizing for the head coach, Littlejohn, that they were that close. Absolutely.
Isaiah Perry just hit a 3, and the Renegades are up 44-36. Nice floater there by William O'Shields. And that one's off of O'Shields and out of bounds now. Barstow making a little bit of a chip away. They're back to within 6. And we're at 14:07 to go. Markel Brooks trying to get that one to fall. That one clanked he had 3 defenders on him, and that just clanked the back of the iron and fell out. Nice step back behind the line. That doesn't go. And a turnover as Gustavo Chavez wasn't even looking for it. Oh, and the charge is going to get called on Philip Grant Jr.
Yeah, and the Barstow coach is livid over that call.
Gustavo Chavez drew that charge, and it looked like he kind of leaned into him. That's what the Barstow coach is having a problem with.
Right, that's what I said. He's livid about that.
And they've called that the other way today a couple of times. So BC finally gets one to go their direction. And Julian, I'm not saying if that's right or wrong. Just saying. Oh, a long range by Chavez. That one just off the front of the iron. And a foul's going to get called away from the ball underneath. And it's going to be called on Azale Walker as he got caught up underneath with Markel Brooks. Walker's going to have a seat. That's only his first foul so far in the game. And from the perimeter is Famuso. He's going to miss, but a nice grab by Leviticus Latu. Chavez misses. That one's tipped up and off and out the back. Oh, my goodness. Right off the backboard. And we're trying to see what the call is here. They're going to say it was out of bounds. And it's going to be a turnover by the Renegades. Once again, turnovers so far in the game. Renegades with 17 turnovers to the Vikings only 10. And I'm sure that is going to be a conversation that Greg McCall is going to have with his team, and they're meeting tomorrow. Oh, step back rattles in and out. Chavez from three-point land, and he gets that one to fall. Right down into the corner. And the Renegades back to a 9-point lead, Julian.
Well, Tom, you can see that that's his shot, that high floater.
Absolutely. And if he's left alone along that baseline, he's going to make that shot. And they're going to call a foul on the floor, and that's going to go on the Renegades. Godwill Famuso.
And you know, speaking of the turnovers that you just mentioned, it is almost impossible to have that many turnovers and be in the lead.
You're absolutely correct. They have a lot to thank that last part of that first half and the beginning of this one.
Right.
Kalen Cobb trying to drive down the lane, dishes it back out. Oh, and a quick throw up by Brian Shannon. He didn't even have that ball hardly before he just chucked it up there to score. And a three-pointer by Shannon draws the Vikings to within 6.
I call that one a Steph Murray because that's exactly how he
That
did.
was a Steph Curry, absolutely. Just under 12 minutes to go here in the game. Renegades leading by 6. And they're really trying to hit that three-pointer, not having a ton of success with it. Famuso down on the baseline. Back out to Chavez. Oh, and a foul's going to get called. That's going to go against the Vikings. We're still waiting to see who the call is on. It looks like it's William O'Shields, number 21. Renegades with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, and a turnover. Oh, and a foul's going to get called against Gustavo Chavez. Right as Demir Conliffe was trying to put the ball up, they just banged into each other, and he's going to draw that foul and go to the line to shoot 2.
And so now that's what, turnover number 18?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're looking at it right here on the stat sheet. Looks like the Renegades now have 18 turnovers. And the big surprise on that, if I remember correctly, we talked about how many free throws they had in the first part of the game. And so far, the Vikings are 13 of 19 so far. And now it's going to be 13 to 20. Renegades have only scored 8 points at the free throw line. Renegades applying the pressure. Grant missed the shot, and it's going to be off the backside of the backboard and out of bounds. Renegades are going to have the ball. And Famuso didn't know what was going on underneath there for a second. He kind of started to question a few things, and then he figured it out.
Right.
He thought maybe there was a foul call on him, so he was a little confused. Dante King in now for the Renegades. King driving into the lane, goes to dish it up. Oh, and it's off the glass. Renegades get the rebound. It still has not hit the rim, though, so the clock does not reset. Long ranger there from Chavez. He misses. 47-42, 10:43 to go in the game. Vikings looking for their first win of the season. Oh, and the foul's going to get called there. That's going to go against Godwill Famuso. And Famuso's going to have, that's going to be his third foul. And Denard Hollingsworth was going to the line thinking it was a foul shot, but it was actually called on the floor. So he'll get the ball out of bounds now. Oh, and down low, and he missed it. Kalen Cobb elevated over the top of Lendell Henderson, but couldn't get it to fall. And a foul is going to get called against the Renegades, and that's going to be on Lendell Henderson. And it wasn't on the initial shot, it was on the rebound afterwards. And the putback.
You know, and this is reminiscent of the first half where the Renegades were fouling and sending the Vikings to the line.
Yeah, well, the difference on the Vikings now is that their foul shooting in the second half has really gone downhill. Right. So getting to the line isn't helping them at all. They are now 13 of 21 from the free throw line. Ollie Fell now checking back in for the Renegades. And Iverson Plaza along with Azale Walker coming back in for the Vikings. And a timeout is going to get called. Hey fans, these valued communicators and creative coordinate public media relations, websites, and social media, graphic design, video statistics, strategic communication, and much, much more, helping tell the stories of teams and student athletes at college and university athletic departments and conference offices throughout the United States and Canada. The lead athletics communicators for tonight's game are Gloria Basinger and James Stalino from Barstow Community College. And from our very own Bakersfield College, we have Julian Wilson, Gio Generalao.
Close.
Generalao.
Close.
Generalao.
I just said close.
I think that's Gio.
Okay.
Rafael Centeno, and our student interns for this year are Lizette Estrada and Vincent Vallajan. Thank you to all of our athletics, communications, and creative staff members who support our student athletes, coaches, and institutions. For more information, you can check out collegesportscommunicators.com/celebratecsc.
And I have to say one thing, having Greg McCall here, he's worth coming to see live. We have a good crowd tonight, but to watch him coach, you're looking at a professional. He is an incredible
And
coach.
I just remember Gio's correct pronunciation of his last name is Generalao. Gio just gave me the thumbs up. Thank you, Gio. We're going to be working with Gio all year long. It's Gio, yeah.
I'm going to help
Gio all year long. Hey, you said it. It's our first game back, so we're going to go with what we got. Renegades leading 47-42, 10-15. So we are halfway through this second half. Oh, and a long-range three. Number 2, Damir Conliff. And they're pulled now within 2. Vikings on the charge right now. Oh, and that foul's going to get called on Brian Shannon Jr. as he was kind of wrapped up with Ollie Fell down there. And Fell's going to go to the line 1-1. And Fell drains the first one. Ollie Fell 4 for 9 from the field today. 1 for 2 from three-point range, and he's now 2 for 3 from the stripe. Phil with 10 points so far on the game. Henderson with 10, and Gustavo Chavez leads the Renegades with 11 points. And a travel is going to get called on Iverson Plaza. He took an extra step there. Renegades leading 49. Oh, they turned it over again. Chavez lost the handle on it. Brian Shannon, oh, and he dishes it down low, and he missed the dunk. Kalen Cobb. We're trying to figure out what the call is here.
I don't know if it was because he was hanging on the rim a little while longer.
If he was hanging on the rim, the ball should not belong to them, but it's going to them. They stopped play. 8 seconds left on the shot clock, so they didn't call that he even touched the rim. Oh, and a bad move by Lendell Henderson, sticking his foot out and end up tripping Brian Shannon as he goes to the floor with the clock expiring. Renegades should have the ball, but because of the trip, they don't get it. 9:04 now to go in this second half. Renegades leading 49-45. And the Renegades have really kind of tightened up some of their defense and done a much better job of containing here in the second half. But some slight mistakes here and there. And that one, an easy one for Brian Shannon. Just drives into the lane and puts up a 10-foot jumper off the glass. Renegades trying to get Fell the ball down below, and Fell goes to push off, and he's going to get called for the foul, and that's going to be his fourth.
You know, and the Renegades right now, they're in a position where with 8:36 left, the turnovers are going to be the name of the game if they don't limit those turnovers.
And Ollie's down there trying to plead his case to his coach. And McCall just said, hey, you can't do that. The one thing we won't call Greg McCall is a cool character, because you know exactly how he feels. Right. Oh, and a nice drive in the lane there by Kalen Cobb. Kalen Cobb so far 4 points here in the second half. Oh, and a foul's going to get called on the Vikings as Lendell Henderson went to drive the lane. It looks like number 2, Tamir Conliffe, got a hold of him. And correction on that, they actually called the foul on number 0, Isaiah Walker. That's going to be his second. And Lendell Henderson now at the line to shoot 2. Well, it appears it's 1-1 because it was called on the floor. And nobody has scored, Julian, in the last 2 minutes. Watched a lot up and down without anybody really scoring. It's 49-49. Well, they just updated the scoreboard. It was 45-49, and then
now we got 51.
Now we got 51, and the Vikings back in the lead after trailing since the waning minutes of the first half. So now their first lead in almost 15 minutes. Oh, a nice move inside by Markel Brooks. Just up over the top of the front of the rim and bounced it in. Nice touch.
And sometimes you just need to know that you can do that. So now he knows.
Brooks and Famuso both down low. Oh, and a nice dish and in by Azale Walker. And I think he ran into Famuso. And he's holding his calf. I think he took a knee to the calf when Walker was driving down the lane. And now Famuso's going to have to come out.
Yeah, he's not able to put a lot of weight on it, looks like, so he's hurt.
It appears that he's cramped up a little bit because he's not bending his knee. I'm not really sure if he took a kneecap off the calf. That's a big loss for the Renegades if he's out for any amount of time. And an even tougher one is that Ollie Fell now has to come back in with 4 fouls. And just under 7 minutes to go in this game as the Renegades trail by 2. And the foul's going to get called on that one against Iverson Plaza. And that very easily could have been a charge against Leviticus Latu, or even a travel, don't you think?
Right, yeah. I mean, I had to wait for the call. I literally had to wait on that. We had options.
9 team fouls so far against the Vikings. And it's 1-1, and he makes the first. And now they pulled it within 1. We're going to have a tough one down the stretch here, Julian. We might have an overtime. We had a couple overtime games a couple years ago, remember?
Right. Well, you know, we called
real barn burners, too.
That's right. Well, we called this one from the beginning. You know, both these teams need a win. So.
And a timeout is going to get called with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here in the first half. We're tied at 53. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Renegades now in transition, and he's going to draw the foul. Wendell Henderson, and he got Kamari Stanfield and bounced off of him, and he's going to get a chance for a three-point play here. That's Stanfield's third, well, correction, it's his first foul. They had 3 up there, and then they took 1 off. The scoreboard operator, I'm going to have a nice little conversation with because they keep changing numbers on me. I probably need to rely a little bit more on Steve Lynch to make sure I have correct numbers on here. So we'll kind of start going that route. Renegades now up by 3. Short tenure in the lead. And Philip Grant Jr. was calling for the ball down low as Ollie Fell was left all by himself down there for a minute. And Grant finally drives down to the baseline, gets the ball and puts it up and in. They draw with him 1. Oh, and that one apparently was off the hands of Darnard Hollingsworth. Denard Hollingsworth is a 6'5 freshman, and he's out of St. Cloud High School. Renegades will have the ball down along the baseline. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Ollie Fell gets the inbound. That one misses, and here come the Vikings. 5:17 to go. Renegade lead is 1. And the Vikings fighting for the ball down underneath, and he ends up drawing the foul, and Dante King's going to get called for that one. Well, I stand corrected. That's going to be Ollie Fell, and he's going to foul out of the game.
Oh, wow. And that's not good for the Renegades, but we look like this.
Fell had 3 fouls in the first half. So, and then once Famuso went down, he was left to have to come back in. And now Famuso looks like he's back into the game now, but it's a little too late, to help out.
And it looks like the Vikings are still suffering the woes at the line in the second half.
Famuso looks like he's getting around. Okay, that may have just been a cramp. Oh, and a nice spin move, and he draws the foul. And that looks like it's going to go against Kalen Cobb. And the Renegades are now in the bonus. So Lendell Henderson is going to go to the line to shoot 2. As the Renegades lead by 1, just under 5 minutes to go in the game. And he makes that first one. Renegades are 14 of 17 from the line today so far.
But they had a hard time getting to the line initially, but yeah, looking great.
But you'll take that percentage. And now it's 14 of 18. They're just over 80% from the stripe. And now leading by 2. Oh, and the Vikings lose the handle on the ball. Renegades reset. And I'm not sure what the call is. The shot clock did not get reset. So a little bit of a shot clock error there. Renegades will get the ball inbound now. That shot just off the mark by Leviticus Latu. Famuso, and a nice spin move against him. He had his hands up, but they're going to call him with the foul. And Famuso is going to get called, and that's going to be his second foul, 4th foul. Once again, not getting it correct up on the board quick enough for us. Kalen Cobb now at the line. Cobb is 0 for 5 so far from the free throw line today, so not having a whole lot of success once he gets there. Getting there quite often. Checking back in for the Renegades now is Gustavo Chavez.
And I'm going to tell you, these second half misses are the difference in the score right now. The misses by the Vikings.
And you are absolutely correct. 13 of 25. Well, now it's 14 of 26 from the stripe. Their free throw percentage was much better in the first half. They still trail by 1. Nice defense by Azale Walker as he knocks that ball away, and the Renegades turn it over. That one's just a little short and rebounded by Latu. Renegades now working the perimeter. Markel Brooks fighting down low. And there's a huge size differential down there. Brooks was on Brian Shannon, and Shannon is 5'10", and Markel Brooks is 6'8", and they didn't get the ball to him.
And I don't know that last shot. I know that the coach would advise that
Renegades lead by 1, 2:45 left to go here in the game. And that size differential down low was just absolutely crazy when you think about that. We're talking almost an entire foot. 10 inches.
Well, the coach is going to see that on the film.
5'10" to 6'8".
He's going to see
and
that.
And you didn't get him the ball.
Right, he's going to see that. He's going to say, rewind that. Why are we not, again, throwing the ball down there?
Well, fans, once again, great to have everybody back on the broadcast. Our first broadcast of the season here. Again, I'm Tom Myers, and Julian Wilson is joining me up here today. And Julian, it's been a nice little reunion for the two of us after me having a season off. And of course, you're here all the time.
Yeah, I wanted you to know when you hugged me, you broke one of my ribs.
Did I?
Yes. So,
just so you all know, that's not anywhere close to the truth. I'm made of marshmallow, and I'm 6 foot on a great day. And Julian is about 6'5" and is made of iron. You know, you can stop. You won. You won. You won. It's over. Julian's arms are bigger than my waist. He is a massive human being. He likes to lift weights for fun. Who does that?
You know, that's a good question. But I'll tell you what the secret is. You want to know the secret?
Yes.
BC Pizza.
BC Pizza.
They make the best pizza in California. I'm going out on a limb.
Well, I'm really happy to be back. Great to get to do the broadcast with you for another season. This is fantastic. Julie and I are going to spend a couple of evenings together this week. We'll be here. Of course, we're here tonight. Tomorrow, Frontier High School, they're hosting Centennial at Frontier. I'll be PA announcing for that game, and Julian will be the directing and camera duties for that. And on Saturday, we'll be back here both for the BC football game. I'm the PA announcer for the Renegade football team, and Julian will be filming for that. So, one from long range. Oh, and a nice grab by Markel Brooks underneath. It came off the rim kind of strange. It just dropped straight down, and he was right there into his breadbasket and put it back up, and the Renegades are now up by 3 with just over 2:15 to go here in this final half. Oh, and a turnover! And Gustavo Chavez. Oh, and it's missed, and that one is hit and forced out of bounds by Kalen Cobb. Cobb took a swat at it and forced it all the way out of bounds, and the Renegades are going to maintain possession when all he really had to do was just grab the ball.
Right.
Chavez, oh, and Chavez with the turnover. Once again, the Renegades plagued by turnovers, their 21st turnover of the game.
Right, he may have tried to dribble too much on that one. You might want to give that one up.
The Renegade lead is 3, and we're at 1:45. And that one just off the iron, and the Renegades have it, and here they come. 1.5 to go. Renegades looking to get a score here that would greatly improve their chances of hanging on to this one. Oh, and a nice dish underneath, and a push-off by Brian Shannon. Hit Lendell Henderson square in the chest and forced him back.
And I think they saw the mismatch this time.
That's going to be Shannon's third foul. Renegades get 2 shots here now, so Lendell Henderson at the line. Henderson 4 of 6 so far from the stripe. And now 4 of 7. One free throw would help them tremendously here as we're at the 1:15 mark here in this second half. And he drains the second, and now the lead is 4. Two of the 3 Viking games have come down to the final minutes of the game, and this one's going to be no different, and that's going to be out of bounds. And that looked like Demir Conliff went to the floor and was trying to push the ball out. Renegades wanted to travel, but surprisingly got him with the foot out of bounds.
Yeah, he stuck his foot out of bounds when he gained possession of the ball. So
Renegades playing keep away now as they've got 20 seconds. Oh, the travel almost got called there. Everybody saw that.
He got away with that.
He did get away with one. Renegades with 7 on the shot clock. And that's going to roll out of bounds and go the opposite direction. And boy, McCall is not happy right now with Isaiah Perry.
That was not the plan.
And a timeout is going to get called by the Vikings. 34.9 seconds left on the clock, and the Renegades with a 4-point lead.
Wow, you know what? Again, this has turned out to be just what we built. These two teams fight. They both need this win. Even with the Renegades plagued by turnovers, they managed to be in the lead in this game.
So far, the Renegade field goal percentage is 35.2, 19 to 54. And honestly, almost the same for the Vikings. Are 20 of 57 with a 35.1%. Renegades, though, the benefit of what they've done today, 7 of 20 from three-point land. So 21 points came on three-pointers, only 2 from the Vikings.
Wow, but there's your difference. Still a close game. 34 seconds left. Something could happen.
Absolutely.
The Renegades are going to have to protect the ball. That last series, you can see Coach McCall out there telling you, don't foul.
Our top scorers in the game so far for the Renegades, Lendell Henderson with 15 points, Gustavo Chavez and Ollie Bell both with 11. For the Vikings, Demir Conlon with 11 points, he's their leading scorer. And then each with 9 points, we've got 4 more players, Brian Shannon, Kalen Cobb, Denard Hollingsworth, and Philip Grant. So even contributions by this Viking squad, but still trailing by 4 as they have the ball now. And 20 seconds now left on the clock.
Yeah, difficult to see what they're doing here. They got to get the ball up.
Oh, and a nice dish and score. That was Kalen Cobb. And the foul gets called against the Renegades. Leviticus Latu. What a disaster. And now at the line is Demir Conliff. And Conliff is 2 of 4 from the free throw line today. As they trail by 2, 16.3 seconds left on the clock, and he drains the first one, and they pulled it within 1. The Renegades had the ball, Julian. And if he scores on this one and they tie it up, this could be disastrous. Renegades get the rebound. They're going to hold on to the ball and get the foul. And a great rebound by Markel Brooks, the 6'8 sophomore forward. And a timeout is going to get called. And we were looking at disaster.
Right. We're going to go to the line. These free throws are a must. Got to put this game on ice. He has to make these free throws.
And Markel Brooks so far has not been to the free throw line today. So we're going to find out where he is. And we don't have any statistics on the season yet because the games we played away, apparently they didn't have a statistician for those games. So we have no stats on our Renegade squad so far.
Right. You know, and the funny thing was I had a conversation with Coach McCall before the game, and he was talking about some of those troubles, you know, with these early games, not being able to, and him having to actually handwrite some of the stats by looking at video. So,
well, here we are. So 13.9 seconds left on the clock. The Renegades with a 1-point lead, and they're getting ready to send Lendell Henderson. I stand corrected. Markel Brooks, they're going to send him to the line. So this could either go one of two ways, Julian. One way is we still have a 1-point lead with 13.9 seconds left on the clock. 2, he makes both shots, and then they have to take a 3-point shot, and that greatly diminishes their chances. Once again, as we discussed earlier, they're 2 of 11, the Vikings are, from the 3-point line today. And they're going to say, I don't understand that call. I don't understand that call at all. It's 10 fouls.
10 fouls.
I don't know how that is not a free throw. We'll have to find out what that rule is.
Okay, so now.
So a timeout's going to get called. Only 2 seconds went off the clock, so it's 11.3. The Vikings are going to call another timeout.
Yeah, Tom, I don't know. We're at 10 fouls for both teams. I don't know why we're not at the line.
I'm not sure why. I'm going to have to find out if there's a new rule change or something that I'm not aware of. 10 fouls is double bonus.
Double bonus, correct.
And even on the scoreboard it says the bonus. So I don't know what we're doing. I'm going to have to find that out. I apologize to our fans at home if we don't know all the rules.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So the Renegades, it looks like they're going to get the ball out of bounds in the backcourt. It's not even advanced. Now, junior college rules can be a little bit different, but as far as fouls goes, I've never heard of that.
Right, there are the basic rules, and so that was difficult to.
And a timeout is called by the Renegades as Gustavo Chavez almost lost a handle on the ball, and the Renegades are going to hang on to the ball, and they're going to call a full timeout. So Greg McCall and Stephon Carter can talk it over. Hey, Stephon Carter, one of the assistant coaches here, former Cal State Bakersfield Roadrunner. We did not talk about him, and we did not talk about Jonathan Glover, the 2 assistant coaches that are down there tonight helping out with this squad. So once again, McCall brought a seasoned group with him to build this program, and it's kind of impressive when you think about it.
Yeah, for those who don't know who Stephon Carter is, he was an amazing player at Cal State. I think he still holds a few records there.
Yep. Hey, and a great big thank you once again to Dr. Jerry Fliger for coming up here and being on the broadcast with us tonight. And some people that we don't normally think, but we want to, our own Analicia Croonquist, not a new mother, but a newer one. She has a baby that's just under a year old, I believe.
Yeah.
So great having her. She helps us with everything up here at BC when we put on our basketball games and our football games. She's such a wonderful young lady. We love having her as part of our team.
Yeah, Tom, I have to mention, I think this last 10 seconds of the game was not a battle between the teams. It was a battle between the coaches.
7.3 seconds left on the clock. Renegades inbound, and they draw the foul. That's going to go against Demir Conliffe. And now, Leviticus Latu is going to go to the line. Latu is perfect from the stripe today, so that's the guy. 3 for 3. You want the ball in his hands with the 5.5 seconds that's left on the clock. And he hits the first one. Renegades now up by 2, 61-59. Dante King checks back in for the Renegades now. And a timeout is going to get called by the Vikings to try to ice Leviticus Latu.
Like I said, this last 10 seconds, it's been about the coaches and trying to figure out what strategy to implement here. So, wow, let's see what happens.
Absolutely. Kind of, this is our first one back, man. I don't think that we were ready for a barn burner like this one.
No, we weren't.
5.5 seconds left on the clock, 61-59, Renegades leading. And they have one more shot to take at the line for Leviticus Latu. Hey fans, be sure to join us once again on Saturday. Our final home game for Renegade football this season in Memorial Stadium. Game time is 4 o'clock. The Renegades will take on the Santa Barbara City College Vaqueros. honestly, one of the best values in town on a Saturday night here in Bakersfield, don't you think, Julian?
Yeah, no, I think they've done a great job this season. Like I said, we had those tight games. They lost by a combined 9 points. That's where they are, as far as their record.
Coach Artaud Littlejohn's done a fantastic job of coaching this squad this year.
They've done a great job.
Absolutely. So we'd love to see the Renegades get a win, but we'd love to have everybody come out and support the Renegades. It's sophomore night as well and Veterans Night. So we'll be celebrating our sophomore class and our veterans. So Latu at the line, and he hits that one. And the Renegades now up by 3 with 5.5 seconds left to go. And a timeout is going to get called. There was a little confusion down there as to what Markel Brooks was supposed to be doing and where he was supposed to be going. So Greg McCall is kind of yelling and shouting a little bit. And I don't know where the timeout came from, whether it must have come from the Vikings. I don't know if I have the stat on that. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. But it appears that the Renegades were kind of in a little bit of a quandary as to where they were supposed to go on that one. So probably a good timeout, opportunistic if it was called by the Vikings. And of course, you would have thought you would have expected that anyway, correct?
Right, exactly. Like I said, these coaches are going at it. So I have to mention again, and you've already mentioned, we have a fantastic crowd here tonight for the first game.
Absolutely. Everybody kind of showed up tonight. So one of the better crowds that we've had, and of course, great filming that we've got going on tonight. We've got filming down on the floor, and Julian, of course, you're the director, so you're the one picking the camera angle.
Yeah, well, no. Hey, fans, don't listen to this guy all the time. He thinks I do everything.
Julian is my producer slash director slash better half slash. Okay, so here we go. 5.5 seconds. Can the Renegades hang on to the lead? And an inbound. Oh! And it's going to be off the hands. It appears it's going to be off of Dante King. They're going to call possession to the Vikings. And another timeout is going to get called by Barstow. So once again, this last 30 seconds has taken us about 20 minutes to get through.
Well, the Renegades, what they don't want to do is give up an open, clean, three-point shot.
Well, and I'm sure, and I think you're right, but I think Greg McCall is also going to tell them, do not foul.
Not foul.
You will give that away, or maybe he does want them to foul. I don't think he does. 3.6 seconds left. You don't want to give him any kind of a chance.
Right, exactly.
But the other thing is, what do you do if the ball is kind of out there where nobody's really got it? Do you tip the ball up the court in the arrow of the Renegades to try to run out the rest of the clock? Or do you hold and risk them fouling you?
What do you do? Very good question.
I would say advance the ball as fast as you can. And we may be talking completely, this may not even matter because we'll see how the inbound here goes.
Yeah.
3.6 seconds on the clock. And no one's taking the shot. And that one is up and is short, and the Renegades win it 62-59.
Wow.
And what a big win to hang on to finally finish that one out.
And what a start to the season, a much-needed start. We're talking about a new program with a whole new idea and a whole new plan, so this is awesome.
Absolutely. Big night for the Renegades. And I'll tell you what, this was kind of way better than I was expecting for our first game back together.
Yes. Much better.
Wow.
This was exciting. I think the fans got a good. I hope the fans at home enjoyed this game. We have many more games left this season. We got a lot of games left. So
that's right. So if you want to know what games are going to be this season, simply go to GoGades.com and you can look up a full schedule of all of the men's and women's basketball games happening here at Bakersfield College, as well as our new gym. If you want a chance to check out the new gym, the cutting ceremony is going to be in January, and the gym's going to open up right at about that time, if not a little bit before that. You'll have a chance to watch the games either online here or come on out and buy a ticket and come on in and watch some great basketball. Renegades really doing good, so we're really hoping to have a great program here. So, player of the game for today, leading all scorers for the Renegades, number 15, Lendell Henderson. Henderson, an absolutely fantastic effort today. 4 of 9 from the field and 2 of 4 from three-point land. And more importantly, not too bad from the free throw line. He went 5 of 8.
So, hey, you got a final thought before we close this out?
Final thought, I'm looking forward to a great season here. Greg McCall really trying to do his best here with what he's got. A large freshman class, but those sophomores really kind of stepped up today. Lendell Henderson and Markel Brooks, along with Ollie Fell. Those 3 sophomores, huge team leadership on this squad, and I think that the more that we get into the season, I see this team becoming a lot better quality of a squad and figuring some things out.
Yeah, and and if I know McCall like I remember this season, this brand new season for Bakersfield College, he will take this one game at a time. It'll be one game at a time.
Absolutely. Hey, for everybody here at Bakersfield College, this has been Tom Myers, proud voice of the BC Renegades, along with my good friend, Dr. Julian Wilson. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Bakersfield College Athletics thanks you for watching this broadcast. For more BC Athletics sports videos, highlights, and replays, subscribe to Bakersfield College Athletics on YouTube. And for news, live broadcasts, and schedule information across all our sports, visit GoGades.com.